Hello guys, welcome back to my second YouTube video, and it's the same day as the first one. Today I'm just showing you, first of all, what I do to soak my Russian tortoises, second of all, what I do when the sky starts turning all gray like this and starts drizzling rain. So I just took my Octavia and Blaze out of their enclosure. I'm bringing them indoors for the day. If it's better tomorrow, they come back out. But as long as they're not in here, I can just keep the screen like this. It doesn't matter to me. And doesn't really do anything, so as long as I make sure no predators are in there when I bring them back, it should be fine. So I'm going to bring Octavia in first, being she is a little bit smaller. So yeah, the sign your Russian tortoise is healthy is that when you start walking with them in your hand, they start wiggling around. If they don't do that, something's wrong. One second, I gotta set her down. Okay, so I'm soaking them in the bathroom today because I don't have a tub that's readily available. And I've got to fill the bathtub back up because I accidentally let this thing sit. I'll just make sure that the temperature's okay and that he doesn't get anywhere close to it while I'm filling the bathtub up. It should be fine though. Oh, and I make sure when you soak your Russian tortoises, or any other tortoise for that matter, that if the water is hot for you, it is hot for them. So make sure that the water is at a comfortable temperature for you to hold it, or make your fingers go through it. And as you see, as right there, she's already pooped. That is a good sign. And I use the bathtub for the main reason that it's on incline, so they can go deeper if they want to, or higher if they don't. Hopefully that water doesn't go bye-bye. It did last time, so. I will actually just throw this thing over the top of it, because that will make sure that nothing goes out. If it doesn't float to the top, that is. As you can tell, she is very, very dirty as of the water. Okay, I'm going to go get Blaze now. Make sure the water's not going out. Don't see any of it going out. So yeah, when the sky is all cloudy like this and it is dripping rain, I bring them inside for the day because their enclosure gets too moist and because I don't feel like them getting shell rot or shell fungus or any of that stuff because it's too moist for them in their enclosure. Sometimes it rains and I'm perfectly fine with it, but the chance we have of high percentage of rain today is a little bit higher than I would like. So I am going to bring them indoors. And also just gives me a really nice thing to make a video for you guys, so. Okay, so they will walk around a little bit. Water will get nice and dirty. I was leaving in here for about 5 to 10 minutes. There's plenty of water in here, so I don't have to worry about them pooping or anything, which is a good thing. If I put them in a plastic tote, I would switch them tote the second they pooped, which is a pain because I do it like 8 times. So, yeah, it's better to do a bathtub, but I don't like doing the bathtub, so. I'm going to move Blaze to the deeper end. So I know they can't go all the way down there for deep because it is about all the way up to my middle knuckle on my finger right there where my thumb is. So it is a little bit too deep for them. They can't keep their head out of the water. But right about where Blaze is, that's about as low down you can go. And where Octavia is, that's the spot it normally should be at. So what you want to make sure when you're soaking them is that their water is about at their mid shell, which is where the top of the shell meets the bottom of the shell, right below my thumb. If it's right there, that is the perfect amount. And the reason you want to make sure that the water is warm, but not too warm, is because, first of all, it calms them down. Second of all, it clears out their digestive system. So it helps them out a lot, and also hydrates them. Because they are reptiles, so that they're cold-blooded, so they have to regulate their blood based off of the warmth and coldness around them. Unlike us humans, where we just create our own warmth. Okay, I'm going to go outside and show you what I do with their enclosure when it's rainy. And once their bath's all over, I'll show you my indoor enclosures. I'm putting them in the small glass one for the time being because the big 8-foot by 3-foot wood one I have isn't in the quality that I would like them to stay in. So I got to get their food, which is over there, and I also got to get at least one of their hubba huts. Oh wait, no, their hubba hut's already in their enclosure, so I don't have to get a hubba hut, but so I'm good on that part. Gotta get their food. So yeah, what I did for their food is I added some dandelion greens, some grass, and I chopped up and mushed up the bell peppers and summer squash together to make kind of a mush so they could eat it better. Because if I don't, then they can't eat it. Which kind of makes me mad because I paid so much money for it that I kind of prefer that they eat it. So this is their indoor enclosure for temporary. It's not in the best condition I'd like it, but it's temporary, so there's a fake plant, their hubba hut, their substrate, it's about an inch deep, so it's not the best. There's a water bowl that's not full yet, and then there's their food, and there's a couple rocks, so they're good in that part. So what I'm going to do to prepare this is I'm going to grab a spray bottle and spray it down, and then fill up that water bowl. So my spray bottle is up and over here. It's a humongous one. Sorry about the dishes, guys. We just finished breakfast. I don't worry about dechlorinating this water, being they're probably not even going to drink it, being I am soaking them right now, so they probably won't drink this by the time I bring them back outside. Look at the side, you can see the shadow of the water rising up. It's full enough, I don't need it very much fuller. I'm going to set you guys down for a second. What I just did is just screwed on the top of this lid. Put that down right there for the second and check on them. They're both nice and comfortable, it looks like. Surprised Blaze hasn't pooped yet. Octavia has, but Blaze hasn't. And the reason my room is a mess is because I dug apart that enclosure, which is their big, humongous one. And that's their 40-gallon breeder. I gotta pump this thing up. It is meant for bleached stuff, but it works perfectly fine for this. So that's what I use it for. You don't need to spray it down too much, because if you spray it down too much, then they don't get enough. No, then they get too much humidity. And what I'm going to do now is unscrew this little notch a little bit, and that just makes a constant stream, so I can fill this thing up better. And yes, this takes a while. I don't feel like unscrewing the lid again, so this is what I've got. It doesn't matter if the water is very dirty, because it's not going to kill them or harm them in any way, shape, or form, so it's fine. But if the water does get too dirty, make sure to change it. Like this right here, this is fine, but once it starts getting like physical, you can see the layer on the bottom of dirt, or starts changing colors, then make sure to change that water. I'm not going to fill it up too much, because then it's a little bit too hard to unfill when you want to. So now what I'm going to do is take everything off the top of this, which is a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, and their big enclosure was a bioactive enclosure. Until I took all the plants out of it, that is. I just spilled water all over my bed. These are pretty much waterproof sheets, which is lucky for me. Sort of. I swear. Whatever. I really don't care. At all. I'm just gonna let those hang over the side so it doesn't make my bed any more wet. And so I'm just gonna throw everything on my bed. Oh, by the way, if anyone wants to buy this off of me for like $10 or so, go ahead. It's brand new, never been used. It's too small for my bearded dragon that I was planning on getting, so which I can't get anymore. The reason I'm clearing off this top is so that I can put their heat lamp and UVB on top of here. So I'm going to take this UVB because it has a clip, which I stole from another UVB, so. Now there's also a laser tag thing. And I'm also going to take the closest heat lamp. I have a thermostat, but I don't need to use it because it's only going to be for like one day. Maybe not even a full day. Yeah, their indoor enclosure is a mess right now. And again, it's more naturalistic than not, so I'm setting you guys down again. Sorry about that. Okay. So now I am going to plug these things in. So I am going to take this thing right here, because it is 3-1. Sorry about that, guys. I just dropped you. And now I come back here to my outlet, unplug my least important thing, plug this in its place, and go for the UVB and heat lamp now. First is the heat lamp. Look at that brightness already. Okay, now I grab that UVB. Set that right there, being that I don't have enough room on the other side. And plug this in too. And I just fell over, whatever. And yes, guys, I do not have an editing thing, so I can't edit these out. All these mess ups and all that. I just have to restart the video if I want to. It's not enough trouble to restart the video. I'm going to set these guys on this side. First of all, because it's a little less moist. Second of all, because their hide's over here. And the first thing they do is normally go and run on their hide. And yes, this is a mixture of half sand and half organic compost, so it is perfectly fine. It's not just pure play sand. I'm gonna come and see how these guys are doing. Octavia got a little freaked out there. Blaze is sleeping, literally. They both pooped a lot. Okay, now I'm gonna get a towel and put these guys into their new enclosure. Well, not new, but their enclosure that they're gonna be in for the day. Or the hour or two. And no, I'm not afraid of the poop. It's not disgusting or anything, so. And these guys are running away. It is pretty hard to dry these guys with one hand. Okay, and then you grab whichever one you want to go first to bring them into their indoor enclosure. And Octavia is normally the pooper that poops on me. I don't have to worry about that right now, though, because I don't just bathed her, so she pooped all her poop out. Now it's Blaze's turn. And now I do not scrub down their shell, because it is completely useless when they're just going to be in here for a day. And they're going to go back outside and get all dirty again. Only time I scrub down their shell is if they have dried poop or dirt on their shell, which neither of them have anymore. And first thing they do is go run over. So that is what I do when it's nice and cold outside. This is a temporary enclosure. Down there, heat spot is probably like 80 degrees right now. Hotter than outside, that's what matters. And I'll show you how I clean out the bathtub too, might as well while I'm here. So I did use this to block off all the water from flowing out. Set that right there. It will soak down very, very slowly. And that dirt and poop will be left over when all the water soaks down. Smaller chunks will float to the drain, but that doesn't matter because they're already going to go down the drain anyway, so. Okay, then you turn this on. Take the sprayer and turn that on. And yeah, spray the bathtub clean. Takes a little bit. Yeah, maybe turn off the water for a little bit, let all the rest of it soak down. This is already 21-minute video, guys. Sorry about that. I was expecting it to be like 5. Now you turn the water back on, and you spray down the bathtub again. Preferably from this way back. Oh yeah, and a healthy tortoise poop should be nice and fibrous and not liquidy and whites. If it's white like calcium powder, something is severely wrong. Bring them to the vet right away. That white chunk Octavia pooped out earlier, that was natural because it was creamy. It wasn't like a dusty white. Thanks guys, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and see you in my next video.